Greeting interwebs, it's Jackie K, and welcome for another edition of me talking about whatever's on my mind while playing through the video game of the Mad, the Rats, and the Dead. Shout out to the static, shocked face that doesn't even have any pupils. I seem to the most I'm actually looking at it at one time though, and it's a good thing I'm not going to bed in like half an hour, because that's sure to give me nightmares in my sleep. Oh wait, it's already 10:30. Well, I guess I can stay up a little later and record another episode that totally won't be more freaky compared to where I left off in. But hey, rat ghost! Ooh, all the little rats that got murdered by the mad rat are haunting our ratty friend, cursing him for all the nightmares that he caused with his pupilless eyes. But hey, I'm sure it's nothing. Maybe it's just seeing, and it's back. Keeps freaking following us. Come on, Heart. I see why Mad Rat thinks you're a freaking hallucination. It's like you're not even on the same plane of reality that the Mad Rat is. And can we stop doing the shocked pupilless eye face? Like, this is the third time in a row. Please? That's 2 times too many. Debatably 3. I mean, hey, if you're gonna die anyways, why not just let the rat ghost kill you so I can fulfill his wish too? Hey, you can get rid of the human, then like let the rat ghost take you out, and everyone's happy, and we can all live happily ever after. That must have been a new recording session, because I am way too ecstatic about the fact that I can press X to do a mid-air stall and actually have it pan out. Well, I'm going on weird tangents about myself anyways. I'm for the first time ever in my life, like, contemplating, well, the speech thing in general has kind of been up in the air as is. But I gotta Google what lips is. I forget if it's wisp or lips. Because, like, I got some comments on the stream I was doing, like, saying that they liked my lips, and I didn't even know that I had this alleged lips. And now I'm just feeling self-conscious about it over and over and over again. Like I said on the stream, I'll take the compliment where it comes along, but now I can't stop freaking thinking about it. And I'm not sure if it's an appropriate place to bring it up, but I did like talk quite a bit about like my upbringing in the Celeste commentary a bit. You know what? That was a game that was all about self-reflection and overcoming self-doubt and believing in yourself to overcome any obstacle. A lot of like emotional inner thoughts, well put together. Meanwhile, this is a cartoon rat. I know this is a complete contrast to all the deep thoughts I was giving this game credit for in the last episode, but I mean, if you think this game's deep for a reason, you should definitely go play Celeste. Celeste is great. It's got a great story. It can be a bit challenging of a platformer at times, but the main game's not too bad, where it's just enough difficulty to give you a sense of accomplishment when you beat it, and it's got all these great accessibility features. If for some reason the game is too much to handle, y'all should play Celeste if you haven't already. I know it's like a couple years old already. If you couldn't tell, like, I'm always like a couple years behind the trending ends and that. And I guess like it's a bit of a blessing and a curse. I'm like the slowest Celeste player in the history of man, and by extension woman and human as well. I just had that moment of thought where I'm like, wait a minute. Should I be talking about the game? But then I remember this is like the sewer level for the 20 millionth time. And mine's like actually having a huge combo going for the first time in my life. R.I.P. Heart with the trampoline. It's just, besides that very much devastating moment, it's yet another sewer level. So I don't think I got too much to worry about. I'm not sure why this is tripping me up of all things. So anyways, like Celeste is a great game. But this is a good game too. So I don't want to like end up like knocking down this game just because Celeste is so awesome as is. So maybe there's some more fun things that we can have about this game in the process. Like, I mean, I kind of picked a bad time to like try to showcase this game in its grand glory. But trust me, this is a good game. There's a demo out on the Switch eShop. So if for some reason like you're watching this and you're like, Jack K has some good points. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the story so far, but I'm not sure if this gameplay is really for me. I mean, if he's dying so much, then I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get through this game without either get through it at all or like get annoyed before I can get through it. There is this demo on the Switch eShop. I'm playing this off of my Switch myself. I forget what other platforms it's on. But I do know there's a demo for this game on the eShop. You can always just try it for yourself and see like how much of the difficulty I'm having with the game is challenging the game itself, how much of it is the controls need to be improved, and how much of it is just me being bad at the game. Like, now I'm bringing this up, I'm kind of like wanting to like test myself out on more rhythm games to see like how much it's a game and how much is me bad at rhythm games, because I always like feel like I'm good at, or decent I should say, at rhythm games, and then I actually play a rhythm game. Yeah. Crip is an Active Dancer, I think, is the best example. Like, oh wow, I'm really getting deja vu of my own commentary at this point. But Crypto Dancer was like the last game that was kind of rhythm like that I played. But I also hear people say Crypto Dancer is hard, and we're not talking about the Legend of Zelda sequel. Though we could talk about just how freaking crazy it is that Crypto Dancer of all things got a crossover with freaking Legend of Zelda. Maybe I'll try to like put that in my back pocket though. This is important. We're talking about rhythm games, and I'm not gonna let this topic go past my way. Crypto Dancer. I kind of really wish I picked up that DS game for that they had. Oh, awesome! We got Heart Trampoline again. Why am I pronouncing trample? I just realized that all these years, the word trampoline. No, that's the bouncy device. Tambourine. Like, it's been so long since I've actually said the words trampoline out loud that I forgot how to pronounce it. I honestly still don't remember how to pronounce it. I swear there was a time I did, but that was years ago. I mean, it's a musical instrument. It's not exactly like a trombone or any other high-class musical instrument, but you think it's something that I would have seen enough times to at least remember how it is and not just how the word looks. But I could tie that back into the history of me, words, and socialization in general. Oh my god, are we already at this point? Before I get any deeper into that, this may be a good time to remind the audience that this game is rated T for teen, and it does have imagery from time to time. We may be in for a moment, and by may, I mean definitely a moment, one of the few moments where this game really expresses that T-rated imagery sometime soon. But yeah, ghosts are still well after the rat. And okay, I'll stop being coy. We're gonna be paying the consequences of that very soon. Music alone should indicate that there's some heated action coming up. And I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but I don't know if this is my favorite part of the game, but certainly the part that I've replayed the most so far. But I will, of course. I mean, it'd be a completely different conversation if I replayed it the most because I kept failing at it the most. But I can see either argument coming through. Either way, here it comes. Yikes, I hope you weren't trying to go to sleep tonight. Are we actually gonna fight this thing? I suppose so. Heart. Open your eyes, or at least the one you have. Because this thing certainly has eyes to spare. How can you not see this freaking monstrosity that's literally right in front of our face about to kill us? Wait, I thought we were fighting, not running. I guess both. Because this is what I dubbed the Ghost Mouse boss fight, and oh boy. I'm not sure if I mentioned the criticisms that I've heard about this game's boss fights, but this part in particular certainly has it in spades. So I have no excuse for what happened right there. Literally no reason for me to just basically feed myself to the ghost monster twice. But yeah, the criticism this game often receives about when the boss fight takes place, you often feel claustrophobic because you're forced to like move around in a small space. That definitely is apparent here. But I don't know. I kinda like that. It definitely diversifies the gameplay in a different way. Instead of just moving forward, you have to like move around the rhythm, dodging attacks and all that. And I can't put my finger on it. For some reason, I like it? I'm pretty sure I like it. And it's not just like Stockholm Syndrome or something dumb like that. And plus, the music is always good. The music makes this game. Thank God, because it's a rhythm game. So I don't know if this game would have any legs to stand on if the music wasn't great. Like, God, this theme is perfect for what we're going through right now, and just really fits the mood. It's just a shame they just practically die every other time, completely killing any mood that this boss fight might be putting up forward in the process. I guess that's one of the reasons why I like replaying it. Because I just get into like especially now that I know how to do the air dash, I get into a feel of, I totally could have done that better. I totally could have gotten a higher combo, I totally could have kept going forward. And the music's just so great that it just only adds on to the encouragement to keep going and all that. And since we're like stuck here for a while anyways, maybe I could like try to figure out just what I like about this despite the common criticism that I'm pretty sure this game has. Like, I'm not like dive deep headfirst into the Mad Red Dead community or anything, but the few opinions I've heard about this game, like, these are supposed to be some of the lower moments of it, but honestly, I'm cool with it. And it just bothers me that I can't figure out why I'm not on the same page as people. I am grateful that I'm at least able to enjoy something that they're not. If it's any assurance, the parts about this game, the boss fights that I'm under the impression people really like, I like too, and might even like a little bit more than what we're going through here. I think part of what makes this not so bad is that it fluctuates. There are some times that, like right now, that I'm just standing one place, stalling for time to be able to move forward. But you do also have to navigate forward at some time. Biggest criticism, or one of the criticisms that I have about it, is that when you are trying to move forward, it does feel a bit restrictive because you can't get too far ahead of the boss. There's not even an if to that. Like you can't get too far ahead of the boss or else. There's no or else, is what I'm trying to say. The game just like stops panning the camera forward. Visible walls everywhere, and we're coming up to a good example right here. You see that upper area? We do have to get up there to progress forward. We can get up there before the game lets us, but if we do, we're just stuck up there until the game is ready to let us go forward. And I will admit, those moments suck. At least it's not as restrictive as the mob rat fight. I don't know, I feel like I'd be contradicting myself once I actually get to a part where I can properly show to better explain and aka tell what I like about the parts of these boss fights where you're not actually moving. See, case in point, I'm up here, boss can't get to me, but it took the game a couple seconds before I could actually get somewhere. And there's an even better example later on in this quote-unquote fight, where you can get stuck up there for longer, and it can make things a little more difficult on yourself to avoid attacks. But like right here, we are technically stationary and we're stuck in the area where we have to basically just pace around until the game is ready to move us forward. But I think like this is the part where the boss fight really shines to me, because it's not just a matter of playing around to the rhythm the way the game wants you to. I think that's a big reason why I'm running into conflicts with the homing attack in this game so often, because the game has a very specific way that it wants you to navigate through those areas, and I swear it's not intentionally, but accidentally I always find myself doing things the way the game doesn't want me to do it. Oh dear. How did I not get completely obliterated right there? But yeah, just like trying to dodge those attacks while you're waiting to move forward. It's hard to put in words because I'm pretty sure that's what most people hate when this game tries to do. But for me, just it's one of those movements of when to do your dash and when to jump and when to go from one platform and hang out on the other. But you don't want to go on the ones too low because the water comes up sometimes. I just feel like that if there's a level in this game that does stationary movement boss fights, well, it would be this one. Which is probably why this game does so much better in some of the later boss fights where there aren't really periods of time where you're stuck in arenas. Because this is not going to be the last arena fight we have, but sadly I think this is one of the strongest ones. Again, I do keep questioning myself of how often or how much of my positivity towards this level / boss fight is related to the music and how much of it is actually tied behind the game design. I will admit to that much. It's high pace, got a lot of energy to it, it's not solemn, it's not too serious, but it's also not too silly, if that makes any sense. Like, there's stakes going on right now. And I'm not talking about the ones that you go out back to enjoy some beef at. And I can get behind that. I feel like this, not to rag on something that I haven't already ragged on like 10 million times, but it would be really swell if the homing attacks work better. I know that's not even related to the reason that I'm actually dying, but I can only imagine that's part of my hesitation is just not homing attack all those eyes right away, just clear the other side. Like paranoia that like I may somehow homing attack them wrong, sending me right after the spirit of the rat or whatever. That's the other thing about the music fitting things so well. Like, Mad Rat's actions are having consequences, and they're coming at him at full space, and I feel like the music does a good job displaying that at the very least. Alright, is this the part? Oh yeah, this is the part. You might be able to tell, because it does seem super obvious, that upper path is where we gotta go to clear the level. However, the game has plans about exactly when you can leave this area, even though it gives you opportunities to get up there sooner, like as I'm doing right now. Like, you get up here by doing what I did and homing attacking those eyes, but you can see me trying to get up there to clear the level and it won't let me, and oh dear god, that timer is running out. We're about to hit 100 beats left and the game won't let me progress, because as I've expressed in the past, when you run out of time, it's game over. And oh man, it just let me pan up just in frickin' time. Like, that was way closer than it needed to be because the game just wouldn't let me progress forward. So yeah, far from a perfect boss fight, but for what this game does with the whole rhythm platforming element, I actually like this boss fight quite a bit. And unfortunately, like, when later levels do similar things to it, it doesn't stand out as well. But definitely not, like, the worst. I mean, there are better boss fights, they just don't try it in this style, and that's the main reason why they're better boss fights. But I think out of all boss fights that, like, force you to just try to dodge attacks in a arena-like area, this one handles it the best. At least out of the levels I've played on my own time. Again, about a third of this is blind, technically, so I'll be sure to alleviate and correct the commentary accordingly if we come across a boss fight later on that I actually do end up enjoying better than this, and not just for the reasons that it's not an arena fight. So hey, we're safe now. I just had to open my mouth. Just when we thought we were done, safe from the ghosts, freaking passing out yet again. Oh no. Well, this seems the perfect non-cliffery place to end an episode off on. Fun freaking alarm right at the end to remind me just how close I was pushing things. So yeah, I think this is where I'm ending the episode, commentary wise at least. However, I did feel this was a little short, and I was in just a mood after doing that boss fight the first time. And more than like, I felt like I screwed it up way early on, that I could have been a lot better with it. I decided to give it another go, so like, if you don't want to watch this boss fight again, which by all means I don't blame you, feel free to stop watching the episode here. For anyone who just wants to see more of this game, especially without my voice though, check it out. I'm not sure like if I actually ranked better this time around, but I definitely felt like this run wasn't good enough to actually share, so hope you all enjoy it. And for the rest of you, see y'all next time. Aww, man. And it only goes downhill from here. Actually, I was gonna leave the whole thing in, but I'm not kidding. Starting from this point, it feels like I'm making a mistake every single second, and you've seen this all already. I can't think of any good reason to leave the rest of this in. So, for real now, take care, see you all next time.